Hey guys, how's it going? Crypto Vince here. I'm just gonna do crypto market situation live. Talk about a little bit of BTC and ALTCOIN. Um, let's wait for a few people to join, and the stream will start soon. Just prepare a few things where I'm just gonna go live, so I didn't really prepare myself as other YouTubers do. I'll just go on the go. Hey Anna, how's it going? Let me forward this for a few channels here. Let me forward the TA cafe chat. So I'm forwarding this, to all my channels. If you guys don't know my channels, you should go on Telegram and join Crypto Beans, or you can go on our website cryptobeans.com to check our links. We have cafe and collaboration channel as free channels, and then we have our private room which has chat and education channel too. Just giving the link to everybody just so more people can join. What is it? Actually, we have even the Italian chat, which is growing. It's cute. 137 users, not bad for me to speak English and being Italian. Let's see. So we got 6 people. Yeah, we'll look at everything. Try to, even with your guys' help, if you have any idea what we should look for, I can have a look. I'm gonna try to go over everything as much as I can. But if I miss something, you guys can type, and um, I can kind of see what I try to see something. We know the market. It's what it is right now. Let's be honest. Um, First of all, isn't my microphone pretty good? Does it crack? Because I always have the problem with cracking. I mean, that sounds bad. I always had problem with crack, but yeah, and oh, thank you. Oh, Naples, and it's Naples, pretty dangerous, beautiful city. It's pretty good, pretty crazy city at the same time. Okay, we got 8 watching. Well, I guess we can start to figure out a few things. Copy. Okay, so let's start as always from far, zooming out, and see what BTC is doing on the weekly chart. And by looking the Ekinashi candle, guys know I love Ekinashi because I can see better the waves when I compare to candles. It's kind of more, see, yeah, like if you don't know the candle pattern well, you might end up thinking, what the hell am I going I'm seeing here. You need to like kind of identify candles by candles in order to see a drop. Actually, you should kind of identify um, a pair of candles or 3 candles in order to see some kind of a candlestick combination. For example, these 2 candles here, this red candle kind of engulf the previous candle, so it's a little bit bigger than the green. I mean, not that much. Like this one, for example, this is a good engulfing pattern. It's a bearish engulfing, so when we see this kind of pattern, usually we expect a drop, and that's what happened. Happened here, and the coin dropped. Then here, and the coin dropped. Then we had nice What is it? Nice reversal doji here. And this is a reversal pattern. Let's see, we have another bearish engulfing there. 1 second, minute. Oh, 15 people, that's good. I'm satisfied with that. We can kind of start soon. 1 second. With those kind of pattern, which are composed by a bearish candle and a very like deep one, and then a massive, can be like a doji, because it's almost has no body, but it can be an hammer if it's like a little bit higher. There are lots of trading candlestick guide that you can download on Google and see what those patterns do. But this looks like to me like almost a morning star pattern that was successful, and the coin went up and so on. I mean, let's see, this is kind of similar to a morning star pattern, and it's going up. Then we have a bearish engulfing here, and the chart drop. So we have a few things that of course can help us identify a bearish or a bullish trend, right? So let's just talk about the last pattern. Well, what we see, it's a pretty bad bearish engulfing here that cut the previous 3 bullish candles, so that's kind of like not great to see. But we're coming up with this little open candle here, which might be something that might go up, but from here of course we cannot really say too much. What I'm seeing here, if we start to trade some trend lines, well, we see this candle here and this candle there, and it's making a higher low. Higher low usually suggests a change in trend. So if we trace this one with this one, we're making a lower low, so the trend is going down. While if we trace this candle, which was the all-time low of the correction, connecting with the next low candle, we're making a higher low. For whoever is new to like trading, the lows are the lowest point of the candles, the highs are the highest point of the candle, so pretty easy. So again, as I've been charting for a few days now. I'm expecting a little drop. I don't know if it's gonna happen, because there is some good support on the level where BTC stopped, and we might see that better in the daily chart. But if I want to trace some horizontal support, considering everything, I might trace this low here on the weekly, and you just keep going, tracing whatever you can. This candle close matches up with the drop that we had here, and I can just keep tracing candle close and wicks, and to have like a different kind of ideas. I always consider wicks as a part of my trend lines, but when considering horizontal supports and resistances, candle can still give some good results, candle close, because they just be false breakouts, and you guys know all those traders, they they trade order blocks, and they kind of like trace the body of the candle, and they makes those kind of rectangles that you see everywhere. So if you might know what I mean, those are order blocks, and that's a different strategies to use, but let's not get into that. it's more price action kind of a strategy. So let's identify the main point of BTC right now. So if BTC keeps this trend, so an uptrend is going up and it doesn't go below this blue line, well, that's a very good good indicator of a bullish market reversal. I'm still waiting for a move right now. When we go close on 1-day chart, I'm gonna show you what I'm seeing. But by looking in the weekly, Ekinashi can not really tell us too much. I mean, there is this massive bearish engulfing pattern that might indicate a continuation in drop, but you know, we have to see more closely to see really what has to come. Let's go look at some indicators. Okay, so MACD is pretty flat on the weekly, and it crossed already and crossed back down again. I mean, there is some, of course, there has been some manipulation going on, some BART patterns, you know, those famous patterns go up and down for no reason. They accumulate and then drop and then up and down. So those patterns don't really make sense. When I see those patterns usually happens, of course, when we identify and study the small time frames. So 15-minute chart, those are the territory of whales, where they can really manipulate the price and just market buy a bunch of shorts and make the coin go up, and market buy some longs and the coins drop. So it's tricky. We know the market is what it is. We have to live with it. I mean, it's not a new how you say, it's not new that the market is over manipulated and wells play every day, and we just gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta play safe, use your risk management, and place your stop loss, and that's it. So me and my team have been had a meeting today, a long meeting about 4 hours, to just try to figure out what the best strategies should be at the moment. The sentiment in our team is pretty bullish at this point in the market, so we are seeing some indicator that that looks like, you know, things are kind of like turning better. I'm not saying, you know, it's totally bullish and this thing is gonna go up, because it can drop, and it can, if it drops, it will probably drop below 5.8. It will go probably below 5.8. What, you know, if I have to follow my gut, the whole situation, and don't take this as, you know, an analysis, but if we drop more than 5.8, I think we might see a really fast panic sell down to maybe the next high here on the weekly, which is 4.6, and then go back up at the same day fast, like a dead cat bounce, where the coin just drop right away, panic sell, everyone sells, and then the big players come into the game and they just buy a bunch of Bitcoin low, and the coins just goes up right away. So that might be a case. I don't know if it happened in 2014. Oh, this is Coinbase, so it doesn't have the chart. Let's see. Well, we have a crash in 2014. I mean, I think that this doesn't have nothing to do with with you know, a possible break of a flat bottom or anything. I don't know what this was caused by. some news, but you know, guys can see that the coins drop so much. 85%. I mean, is this even on Bitstamp? Bitstamp. No, there was just a Bitfinex thing. Those candles, for example, those are really sharp drop of 55 drop in a day, and then back up 90%. Yeah, about 90% the same day, the next day. So those are massive pump and dump of BTC. Let's say that. So those things might happen in those circumstances, if you know there's like a big fight against, you know, between the bears and the bulls. But we need to like figure it out what's the next move to do. Yeah, that could have been empty gox. I think empty gox maybe was a little bit before. Liquidate some BTC for about 2 months. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm expecting some up and downs. You know, if we drop more than 5.8, that's for sure. But you know, if we stay on those level where we have a really massive support around, you know, 6k, 5.8, 6k, let's say, there are lots of buy holders at those levels, so it's gonna be hard to break it. And you know, we know the coin has been bouncing there more than one time. So let's hope we stay there. We cannot, of course, exclude the fact that we can drop. So because of that, me and my team thought we could start to accumulate a little bit, but you know, without going really like high risk inside some inside the market. We know, you know, not a big part of our portfolio, but we could totally start to accumulate some coins that are really at the bottom, almost look like dead. Maybe we're doing some research on IDEX, because most of the ICOs that got dropped like insane amount, like 90%, 85%, 80%. Those ICO, they're like dumping like crazy. And I wrote a nice post about I mean, a nice post. I've been like, lots of people like disagree with my post on ICOs, but that's the reality of things right now. You know, ICOs are doing terribly. They just go up when the market turn bullish. So it's it looks to me it's more a hype thing. So you know, people call something and the things goes up, and it's a speculation at the moment. It's not based on really any fundamentals, because you can have, the coin can have the best fundamentals ever, but it will go down, and even ICOs will go down. So sometimes I ask myself, what's the really difference between buying an ICO and put so much money into it, maybe getting a risk into it by put money in primary pool, where you know, people put a bunch of money in it, and you're gonna see your coins after maybe 6 months and the coins already dropped like 50%, and like, is it really worth it to do all these things to do what? You just wait for the bull market and then you buy the ICOs, or you buy shit coins. It doesn't really matter at this point. Everything will go up. Like that's how it is. You just need to time the market right. So it's never gonna happen that, you know, BTC is dropping, the market is dropping. Oh, there is that coin who has a massive fundamentals, I should buy it because it's gonna go 100x. It's not gonna happen, because people don't give a fuck about technology right now, about the fundamentals of the tokens, there's no public adoption at the moment. There's no coin that really is doing nothing right now in real life, except, you know, Bitcoin that is being used as a currency. But you know, Ethereum, even Vitalik is talking about, you know, the technology is not yet powerful, we need to change things, blah blah blah. So this can cause lots of FUD, and Ethereum has been dropping insanely. We know that, you know, Ethereum has been dropping like, and too bad. I really I'm so pissed, because I show you why I'm pissed. Because, and oh, here the chart is still there. Look how funny this is. I post this in my channel, and I wanted to short as soon as this flat bottom would have broke. I wanted to short there, and I don't remember what happened. I think I was sleeping or some reason, and of course I don't FOMO into my into drops, like, or you know, when something is breaking, I'm not gonna buy the break. So I wanted to short here, but it started to drop, and I wanted to find an entry, and I couldn't find that entry. It was really hard. On this pump things look good, and then all the way down, I mean, here there was the ATF news, the manipulation of BitMax. There was so much shit going on, so it was really risky for me to place orders at this level. I should have done here, but I didn't do it, and Ethereum drops 50%, and that sucks, because if I would have went at least, I don't know, I would have made lots of money, let's say that. I would have made lots of money. But anyways, we gotta look ahead and see what's gonna happen next. And Ethereum might still dropping, because he has a lot of room to drop. A lot of room. So it just broke like this low that was it there, this historical low. Ikimoku Cloud far away, just in free fall right now. I'm gonna look to short again on a possible bounce back up, if I can see some good possibility of short. You know, the fact is that these coins at this moment really follow BTC. So whatever BTC does, investor just buy back everything, and Ethereum too. So it's kind of tricky. There is not that like, the market are not going in the opposite direction as it should be when BTC is stable, and when the market cap is kind of stable. The market cap drops 20 billions a day and goes up 20 billions. It's just really crazy. When the things happen, well, you know, the market drops at the same time, and BTC, if it goes up, altcoins goes up, and vice versa. So let's see what the market cap is showing us. Coin market cap. Well, that's not good. Like, we're below 200 billion mark. So that's kind of you know, not a good indicator. That's an indicator that, you know, it's not easy. It's not easy to digest. Below 200 billion market cap, people just like start to maybe panic and sell their stuff. BTC dominance 56%, so it's increasing. Last time that I looked, it was a little bit lower, but let's go check what happened. Yeah, it's increasing. last month. Yeah, and this is a very like funny things to see. Like BTC is going up, is going down, and his dominance is increasing. So that means altcoins are really dropping. And let's see, Ethereum is dropping like crazy. So that would have that was getting a really big chunk of market cap. Here was 14% and now is Ethereum 10%. So you lost 4 points. While altcoins, well, the trick altcoins is this gray line here, where the tricky part of altcoins, when studying market capitalization and dominance, is the fact that Tether USDT it's part of altcoins. So I'm pretty sure in these others Tether is included because it's a cryptocurrency, so it's not part of USD. So when users sell BTC into USDT, it doesn't really go out the market. It's still in the crypto market. So this includes, unfortunately, all the portion that USDT has and Tether has. Tether is a big market cap too. Sorry. In today's market is still bleeding. I mean, the top 10 cryptocurrency are dropping, and even all the others. Dogecoin 14% it did today. Wow. Bitcoin Diamond. Oh my god. It's just funny. You see, those coins are highly speculative. Like, oh my god. Like Bitcoin Gold, Diamond. What is it? Bitcoin Diamond actually dropped 100% the other day. Was it? BCD. See, it's going up. This is so funny. See, like, this is crypto, guys. Like, you gotta understand those things. He had a massive drop. Actually, we even suggested at this level, the coin went up 50%, I think. See, let's go look closely. Yeah, look at this. We suggest this coin in our premium channel because there was a news about it and the volumes were increasing, so we suggested pretty low and it went all the way up to 60%. So that was in like what, in 3 hours, and then it dropped like it was dead. 90%, and now it's kind of crossing this Ikimoku cloud like crazy, and it went already 50%. Oh my god. Sorry guys, I missed it. Oh my god, 50%. Are you kidding me? Wow. Yeah, I totally missed that. I mean, that was a nice risk to buy the dips. I think we should do more. It's another 30% pump. That's another 20%. Yeah. And then dumps, don't forget that it pumps and dumps, pumps and dumps, pumps, probably will dump. Not sure about that, but that's a risky trade that you can kind of enter if you want to do scalping. And actually, talking about scalping, that's probably one of the strategies that when we enter bear market and we are in full bear market, that could be something that can bring profit. Scalping either on 5-minute chart and 15-minute chart, or scalping on BitMEX. Of course, scalping on BitMEX, it's very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Because you get liquidated if you don't put a proper stop loss, and with leverages you can like really screw up your percentages of risk, profit, and so on. So it's really complicated. And if you guys want to learn more about BitMEX, we will be running lots of live streams in our education channel that explain carefully um, how to use a predefined risk. And doesn't matter what stop loss you got, it can be 20%, it can be 30% down, and doesn't matter the leverage that you want to use, you will always risk a defined percentage of your portfolio. So what I mean by that, if you want to risk 1% of your total BitMEX amount, you can do that by using the position size formula and some other tricks, and the calculator that is available on BitMEX. We made our own calculator, so that can make things a little bit easier. But by using the right strategy, you can play BitMEX super safe, and doesn't really matter what kind of leverage you want to use. If you want to use 100, 50, 25, 10, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna always end up with the same profit and the same risk in case of a loss. Of course, you need to put a stop loss properly, and you should never get your position liquidated, because if you get liquidated, you pay so much more compared if you use a stop loss properly. Anyways, those are few strategies: scalping and margin trading scalping at the same time, that are very hard for our team to prompt on a call or on an analysis. So what we discussed today in our meeting is we will provide a setup that you might want to use, a good strategy that you might want to use if you want to do scalping, because it's just impossible for us to tell you, hey, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, because nobody's gonna be live at the same time. So if I post an analysis, I need to know, and I need to make sure that everyone can join that analysis by making an analysis on the 4-hour, 1-hour chart. When we go closer to 15-minute chart, well, things start to get really tight. So I need to, you guys need to buy when I buy. So that can be done in a live stream more than on a specific call posted on Telegram. So that's what we will try to do. Some live stream if you want to scalp, or just suggest what's the best strategy you can use in order to do these scalp trades. And playing with the moving averages, playing with RSI and MACD, looking for divergences, and even playing with the Fibonacci, because the Fibonacci, where is let's see if I have my I'll make a quick example here. I mean, playing with the Fibonacci is very important because you can scalp a lot with it. As you can see here, if I trace the Fibonacci of this last bullish run, we can see the bounce on the Fibonacci. And those, 1 second, I'm doing a live stream. So you guys can see how precise those bounce can be sometimes. Bouncing on the 78, actually, or 50%, and back to 38, then drop to 78, bounce on 50, 38, and then of course this is a tool that we use. It's not gonna be perfect, but there are many things that can be used, many strategies in one in order to make good scalp trades. You know, for example, this is can be like, let's not forget, you know, trend lines. Oh, like I can trace this triangle, then symmetrical triangle. It could have broke either down or up. It broke up in this case, and we can enter that trade. Then hit 23%. Of course, drops. Now is bouncing again on 88. Here it bounced on 88, 1, 2, 3 times, and went back up to 61%. So those are all like little scalping strategy that you can use. Of course, using the RSI too. RSI was very low at this level. MACD was crossing here. We can buy when it's low, and when MACD crosses and we make a trade, even here when it starts to be very low, you can buy and sell when it goes high. Of course, paying attention always on MACD. Anyways, so I'm like going everywhere right now. I wanted to make a market situation. I'm trying to explain everything. That's you know, that's the bad part of when I do these live streams. Anyways, yeah, what I suggest to do now, it could be a very good risk if we start to accumulate some coins that have some good fundamentals on IDEX, because maybe investors will start to buy back the most powerful coin, the coin that have more fundamentals when it comes to IDEX. IDEX, if you guys don't know it, is a decentralized exchange, a peer-to-peer exchange where, you know, people can just trade coins before they get listed on any exchange. So and that's where it's the place where the coins get dumped before they get an exchange. You know, if you buy coins on an ICO and you got a 50% bonus, you can go on IDX and sell it at ICO price. You make 50%. You don't really care about a bull or bear market. You just make your 50% money, and that's it. So that's what is risky about ICOs, because investors dump it, don't really care about what the project does. They know the CEO, they got a nice deal, they have a 50% bonus, and they're just gonna dump on you. Not dump on you, I mean, you're gonna buy at the ICO price, and then when the price goes up, you can still make money off of it, but they're gonna make 50% right away. They don't really care. Then if the coin drops, that probably what happens later, they're gonna buy back. So this is maybe the good time to use good fundamental to take advantage of the ICO that really drop. That can be something. So when, you know, the market turns, we can make good profit out of this strategy. Of course, it has to be more an holding strategy. So I would reserve just a certain part of your portfolio. If you have your portfolio 100%, you may reserve 5% or even 10 if you really want to risk it, to buy coins that are really low. They are really flat, kind of like kind of started to go up a little bit. Those coins might really pump any day, and when they go up, you can make like high percentage in no time. Just, you know, what coins can I let's see. I mean, cool coins. There are lots of coins with the low market cap and very cheap at the moment that can where is the thing? I'm looking for a tool here. It can really, oh, 1 second. They can really be profitable when they go up. And if they go up, remember, if they drop, let's say 90%, to go back up where they were, they have to go 400% or more. This is what this is a GCR the fucking coin. You remember how bullish I was this coin? Then it dropped all the way down because it got delisted on Bitrex, and then it went back up again. And it went back up again. How much? 1000%. So you know, those are coins that you might want to put some risk into it. I still don't know if it's legit or not. I'm not gonna say anything, but you know, the coin went up. The problem is it's just listed on your bit, and that's all. That's the only place you can buy it, I think. Yeah, I think it's just on your bit. What they released here? Oh, Bitmax delisting. You see that? Bitmax is got delisted there. Platform going live. But like 31 March, but I don't think he ever went live the 31. Anyways, few coins like this, you know, that you place, they're really down. Just buy it, hold it, and maybe, you know, in a couple of months you find it they go up 1000%. That's the some suggestion we want to give you guys. Of course, you need to know what coins to invest in, and we are doing specific fundamental analysis on what coins we think investors might be willing to reinvest in it. And this doesn't have to do with, you know, the ICO strategy. This has to do about speculating the market as we do every day. If Dodge is gonna go up and it's gonna give me 1000%, I'm gonna buy Dodge. I don't really care what Dodge does, you know. That's what it is right now, and that's the reality of things. People drop stuff because they don't care about the project. Power Ledger is a massive coin and have a massive project, but the coin drop because people made so much money off Power Ledger and they're gonna dump. All Wabi, one chain, no one chain, so one chain is new. Wabi, Icon, all those coins they did 10,000%. They dropped all the way down because people are gonna cash out. What you think is gonna happen? Keep going up forever? They're not gonna go up forever. So you guys need to like take in consideration all these things and the manipulation and the scams and everything. It's not an easy market to play with. That's I think pretty simple to understand. Limpo, where is this coin? Limpo, that's a coin we suggested, and it's going up. See, this was a perfect example, a coin that went all the way down and start to show some volume. Volume has been increasing pretty hard. RSI broke this like what is it? 45 level and it's been going up. So those coins are some things that you might look at. I mean, it went under 50, under 65%. I think it's a pretty low market cap, but few things you wanna do. That's a good strategy we recommend starting now, because you know you take some risks now. Coins already dropped 90%. Can they drop even more? Sure, they can, and it's for sure possible. But you know, the risk reward that you're taking in this situation, it's a pretty good risk reward. And you know, nothing is 100% sure in trading. You just need to balance your risk, to use a risk management, maybe use a stop loss if you're playing with Binance. Accumulate those coins that are pretty low and put stop losses, and decide how much you want to risk, and that's it, and just live with it. If the coin drops, you took your risk. I'm not gonna say you're gonna risk, you know, all your portfolio, so that's, you know, of course, clear, you know. Another coin I bought the other day is Linda. Linda, it's a coin that is it's giving me lots of profit. You guys know that. I bought it August 2017, yeah, here when it was 1 sat. I didn't even know what the coin was, and then it started to go 2 sat, then it went to 4 sat, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, I just did 400%. Of course I didn't have a crazy amount in it. Then when it reached 15 satoshis, I'm like, wow, I bought it 1 sat. Too bad I didn't have more money into it. This coin went 15, and I'm like, that's a lot of money. That's 1,500%. So when it dropped all the way down, and I start to see it 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I suggested again in the channel a 4 sat, and then the damn coin went parabolic, 2,000%. Of course, if you bought a 4, and of course about 9,000% from 1 sat. He reached 90, 92. So that's 9,200% profit. So this is what I'm talking about. Coins are very, very low at the moment, okay? Yes, you might risk that the coin will drop more. It might go even 50, they can go 50% more down if they want to. Let's check, I don't know, a stupid example. A coin that dropped all the way down, where is it? Let me see. I mean, Neo dropped a lot. This is Neo BTC. Well, not all the way down. This is on Bittrex. That's not a good example. I mean, we got, red pools. Oh, it's not even listed anymore. PHX. PHX is new, so oh no, here we go. Huh? Is this? What is this? This is red pools or PHX? Bitcoin. Anyways, example. This is a chart. That's a coin that has been dropping like every other coin from ICO, and even lower. Actually, ICO was here. Then it dropped before ICO, because I remember I bought this coin in ICO. Then it dropped for the first 2-3 months, and then boom, it went all the way up 2,500%, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 2,500. We traded it. I remember calling it in the channel, and then it died. Now, buying red pools here, it's a risk. Yes, it is. Why? Because it still can drop. It is a risk, and risk is involved in any single trade we do. If it has to drop 50%, how much it needs to go? Really nothing. So that's 50% right there. That little thing you don't even see. Okay, so it can go 50%. So when you buy those coins, you need to put a certain risk, and you gotta hold and just wait. You don't hold when coins are here, all time high. That's the wrong thing to do. You buy there to hold. Don't listen to those guys. You buy low to hold, and you hold. Otherwise, you don't hold nothing. In this case, if you hold and things go up just a little bit, that's 200% right there. That's 500%. That's 1,000%, and so on. So those are the things we have to look now. Of course, you need to be a little positive about the blockchain and Bitcoin, because if you think we gotta go to 3K, well, probably this is not your strategy at the moment, because you might even buy lower. So if you think we're going to 3K, you don't want to take any risk, you know what, just wait. What you want me to say? What can I say? Like, or you focus on 5-minute chart and 15-minute chart, you do scalping up and downs. There are lots of money you can make for those coins. Again, I show you guys here. See, this is Monero. This is Monero 5-minute chart. You know, in like a day, what is it? In 2 days, you can play around with the chart and scalp. 2%. This is 2%. This is another 2%. If you go to 50-minute chart, maybe you can even get luckier. There are some intra-daily trade opportunities on the 5-minute chart that can give 10-15%. Let's see, premium BitMEX, Binance. Let's just randomly pick some. It's some coins that fluctuates a lot. Let's go one chain. Let's see what they. This is one chain, 15-minute chart. See, like this is a perfect example. 10%. Well, 10% if you really get the bottom and you sell at the top, but 5%, 3%, and so on. So you know, you can make good profit by scalping on those low time frame for sure, but you know, you need to know the right strategy, and that's what we will focus on if the market really start to just keep going down. That's the only strategy we can do, and of course BitMEX. But BitMEX, of course, it's a different kind of trading, so it can be difficult to do for people that are new to this market and to trading. So we will try to explain the strategy to use when doing scalping, explaining what indicators, what moving average you should use, and what's the best strategy that we use to make quick profit. That's not our first strategy. Like, we don't like to do scalping because I'm not that kind of trader. Some members in the team do, but I'm not that kind of trader. I don't like being a computer, just buy and sell, buy and sell. But I got shit to do in my life. So I like to focus on a little bit longer trades. Not long trades, still short, but that can give me like a 30%, a 50%, and I can like do once in a while. So those are my favorite. Of course, in bear market, we can focus more on BitMEX. That's something that of course come into the play. But of course, when market turn bullish, BitMEX, it's put apart away for a bit, and we focus on altcoins because that's the easiest of the strategy. And we can chart coin in peace. We don't have to sometimes in bull market we don't even set up stop losses. You know, I'm not gonna try to say now don't use stop losses, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, wow, I just spoke for an hour. Sorry guys. Anyways, well, Bitcoin, you guys know from all the charts. I don't really wanna repeat myself because you know, if you follow the free channel, you guys know what are my thoughts on BTC, and you guys know all the support and resistances that you should be looking at. You guys know I'm not either bullish or bearish. There are some indicators that tell us that these things might start to reverse here, but you know, we're still an early stage to see that. A possible drop here to 6K is still possible too. This is the day chart. It just touched the Bollinger Bands and bounced it. Then depends, you know, what kind of Bollinger Bands you use. The gappy is kind of showing some bullish moves, like the moving average are spreading apart and maybe now trying to kind of curve back up, and the index of the gap indicator, it's pretty low, so the drop happened, and we might see some sideways moves and a spike back up. So I'm looking where I'm really looking right now. I'm not really looking at major halts. I have some halts that I charted, some halts that I'm considering to buy because they look like they're accumulating for me, but those one I'm gonna put stop loss on those kind of alts. So if I'm trading, for example, Pandiax, that looks like it's accumulating, it's found a good support, I'm gonna put a stop loss. So in those cases, you know, when I'm trading alts that important, I'm gonna put stop losses. But when it comes to Limpo, for example, or IDEX coins, those are coins that I'm just gonna buy, accumulate, leave it there, and pray for the market that goes up. And if it goes up, I'm gonna be loaded. You know what I'm saying? So that's the risk you wanna take. Throw some money that you're willing to lose. That's what I'm saying. Actually, you should do that with every single trade that you do. Otherwise, you gotta play with your emotions. If you put the money that you're not willing to lose, you might play with your emotion. You're not gonna be able to hold anything. Because you know the coins start to drop, you're like, oh my god, it's dropping, what am I gonna do? Oh, you know what, I'm gonna sell. Better if I enter in a better market. So you know, you gotta consider those things. You know, you gotta use a risk management and position size strategy in order not to panic, because you know how much you're risking. You want to risk 1%. You put your trade, you put your stop loss, you go sleep in peace, and you're fine. What are the recommendations on BTC? Well, you guys know the one day I posted many times. You guys know the indicator, the RSI. It's kind of like the price right now. So it's a low level, but it might drop more. MACD doesn't tell us anything. The only thing that I was looking today that it took my attention is the Zikimoku cloud on the 1 hour chart. Look how BTC is kind of trying to go around it, like it doesn't really want to break through. The Komu cloud, the red cloud here, is massive thick, so when it's thick it's kind of hard to penetrate because it needs to go all the way up in order to be bullish. Some trader call, you know, trends that go inside the cloud no trading zone. And you guys can see from what it did previously. So when you're above the cloud, you're pretty bullish, and then you saw here it dropped below the cloud, and in the case it's very bearish. So what we would like to see is go over the red cloud, checking, you know, the Zikimoku cloud indicator. But what I find funny is the fact that BTC is kind of like just going around it. See, it arrived there, I mean, it dropped, it arrived here, and boom, drop. Now it's trying to break it through, trying, but it's not doing it. So maybe I really want to see how this cloud developed here in the future. because the cloud is delayed, I think 29 periods ahead. But what it might happen would be something like this. Oh, sorry. Something like that. Then if the cloud start to get kind of thin and maybe green, boom, you might spike up. Not sure if they can be identified as a head and shoulder. There is a volume dropping on the left shoulder. Like that, so that so I'm not sure. I mean, it's more a Bart kind of pattern, but it might look similar as inverted head and shoulder, but we have to check the volume in order to figure that out. And we have to be careful on divergences. Divergences, that's of course, are really important when we chart. For example, we can see a massive divergence, and to be honest, this is something I didn't pay attention on the 1 hour when I was charting BTC, because sometimes I have so many different strategies that I can't forget a way to see things. But this is making a lower low, and the indicators are making a higher low, either in MACD and RSI. So that's a perfect bullish divergence. RSI is oversold, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty good bullish divergence, and the price pumped there. So the price pumped right where RSI started to go inside the 30 level. Okay, so it pumped right there, and then it stopped at resistance here, and then it dropped again, blah blah blah, and so on. So yeah, there are a few things. There are a few things to always keep considering. Do you remember last bear market 2014? Tell us how it ended. Well, a few people are speculating. I was speculating too until a certain point. I don't think right now 2014 looks anymore like 2018 pattern. So I don't want to consider that as analysis. So I don't want to really analyze 2018 and make prediction based on the 2014 situation. Were totally different, but we know that Bitcoin dropped I don't know how many times, 85% so many times, even 70% so many times. I mean, this is something everyone should know. This is not the first time we see a crash of this magnitude. It happened so many times in Bitcoin history, and I think I post something in free channel that shows all the different crashes. So people make thousands of dollars by buying the correction after 85% drop, and coins went up again so much. So this is not the end. It is just a correction that happens in such a manipulated market as Bitcoin. Is growing, we're growing. It's gonna take a while until we stabilize. But if you want to take a look at that trend, Bitfinex. Let's see, just to show the weekly chart. So actually, let me put 2 days, maybe you can see better. So this is something that we noticed today. Actually, Elisa noticed today. I don't know how much you think the importance of these things, but 2014 was making a parabolic trend that was kind of downward, right? We can really see the trend making this kind of parabola going downward, and you know the trend was kind of like dumping here, so there was like a crash. The things was not good at this level, but in this point in the market 2018, if we really want to trace a parabolic trend, the parabolic trend is kind of opposite. I mean, if you want to trace on top of it, is like that. So it's kind of finding a flat spot. So that's why we think this could be the bottom. If we get even more flat, we could go up from there. That's another reason, and how we're looking at things. But yeah, 2014, if you tell me, I don't really notice any similarity at this point, except the fact that that the coin dropped 86%. It dropped 71, and we were around there. 71, we were here. So that's the only similarity that I find. And the drop that we had today was 71%. Oh, was 71% too. So considering that, you know, we might see a bullish run up to, let's say, 11k, and then if he really has to follow the 2014 trend, I think that will be the case. If we go up on a bullish run, and then we got the massive bull trap around the highs, the previous highs here. So your previous highs around 9 or 12, depends. But I won't really compare the two scenario too much. I'll just focus on the price action that it's happening right now, and make the consideration based on those things. We can use different moving averages, and yes, moving average based on the weekly probably will tell us we have some bearish crosses and things might drop, but moving averages, especially on weekly charts, are very delayed. So if the coins start to go up, the moving average will still get stuck there in bear mode, so we cannot really tell too much when comparing moving average maybe on smaller time frame that can kind of tell us more things. Okay, so those are my suggestions. Scalp trade, look for altcoin volumes. If altcoins start to go up all together, that's a good indicator for us. We have many altcoin monitors that we follow, and when we see altcoins volume increasing, usually it's a good time to buy, and BTC usually follows, or as a consequence of BTC going up, altcoins go up. But we are at a point where we have to consider many things. We cannot just use TA, chart it, find the pattern, find the RSI, find everything perfect, and then okay, it's gonna work, because it's not gonna be like that. And me especially, I trace Elliott wave of all kinds, and waves do 1 2 3 4 and they never reach to 5. It's not because they couldn't reach there, it's just because BTC drops and makes all the market drop, and that's normal. That's how it is, and you gotta live with that. What the coins are doing right now? I mean, what time is it? See, nothing is really moving. It's on its all-time low. Wow. Genesis. I was looking at this coin the other day. It's making this kind of a flat top triangle or a rising wedge. I don't remember why I didn't took it. Yeah. Nah, it doesn't look like a flat top. But some kind of resistance might be broken. Anyways, so I got some ideas. We're going to share what we see. If it's a good opportunity to buy into alts, some major alts. We are like even playing around with USDT market, so we don't have to go in BTC back and forth, because we like to be safe. So in case of a BTC drop, we just recommend to save our money, just to go USDT and wait. Then for the user that I've been holding coins since January, that's a big deal. We cannot really recommend too much to those guys, but because coins are really low, they drop 90%. So if you are a hodler and you've been holding since January, you gotta hold it, and now it's too late to sell. But if you really cannot afford to lose more, it's tough for me to recommend a sell. But the option that you got is, and especially if you have like 30 altcoins that you don't know what to do, you can sell them all and just start to make money slowly with a better portfolio management and the risk management, and just buy the coins that they're going up, scalp trade, and slowly make your way up, or just sell half of them and hold the rest and just use their money to make profit when it's time to enter the market. Or you can of course put some new cash into it, leave the altcoins away, and wait for the bull market to come, and you use the fresh money to make new money right now. So of course it's hard for me to recommend someone to sell when you're down 90%. I don't really have an answer because I don't know your risk. I don't know how much money you got in place, and I don't know how much you're willing to lose. I have no idea, so it's not a tip that can work for everybody, right? Who's here? Hey Sledge, what's up? Anna, how are you? Oh, Anna, yeah. Oh no, I just answered you. Ozkan, what's up? Pa, 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 pa. So, uh, so USDT market, I was saying, this is a good way to just move your funds from USDT to a coin. You can make money quick, without moving too much to BTC. It's a good way. I listed here all the USDT market. They are available in Binance and Bittrex, because those are the two exchange I use. I don't have Bitfinex ones, but usually those markets go up when BTC goes up, so that's something you gotta keep in mind. Sometimes they can really go up by themselves, just in case of some specific news. I think ONT was going up pretty good. Let's see. Like ONT went all the way up, then bouncing on 61% and made a good percentage, I think, in here. So this is for our chart. Remember, I was just talking about scalping. So scalping this one could have been a good trade, because from bottom to top was 26%. So a few ideas here and there. Now we're working hard on a more defined strategy to give to our members in the education channel, and of course, now that we're kind of trying to understand the market, how it's going, because you know the most important things to understand is that how altcoins and BTC react in different situations, because we know sometimes BTC might drop hard and altcoins, you know, follow most of the time, but sometimes BTC can go up like crazy and altcoins, like those few days, didn't move. So there are a few things we need to understand when we decide to trade alts. If not, you know, we have to play with Bitcoin, especially on BitMEX, because on BitMEX, actually BitMEX, I gotta say, it's kind of safer because you can kind of place market orders, stop orders and limit at the same time, trailing stop orders, so you can do whatever you want and kind of be safe. While on Binance, for example, if you place let's say a buy limit or a buy stop, let's say, and when he buys it, you don't know. Actually, you cannot put a buy stop on Binance. Yeah, I don't remember Binance were allowed. I know it's a stop limit, that's for sure. Anyways, on BitMEX, you can place a buy stop, you can place a buy limit, you can put directly below a stop loss, a take profit, or trailing stop. You can do how many at the same time. So that's the good thing about BitMEX, because you can kind of play safe, of course, if you use market orders. If you place limit orders, that's kind of like tricky. If you take, for example, a stop limit instead of stop market, because stop limit can be tricky if the coin drops right away. So you might not get filled, then you might lose your position. While in the market, stop market, you can actually you know, be safe and make sure that the execution of your order is done and you sell directly into the order book. Anyways, these were a few tips. You know, play safe. I hope you guys enjoy the live stream. I know it was too long, but that's what it takes to like explain the overall situation here and give you guys some tips. BTC, we don't know what it's gonna do next. From the 1 hour, 4 hour, we cannot tell too much. By looking at the weekly, we see some positive signs, but in the short term might drop more. So don't, you know, place order, buy orders, because I'm telling you that things look good. You know, if you're just connecting now, please look all the videos so you guys can have a better ideas. Okay, and I don't know if you guys have any particular question. I'm not gonna chart any altcoin, please, because I'm already like 1 hour and 20 minutes live stream. What you guys said, like, yeah, some say BNB is a good indicator of a BTC drop or pump. Well, it is, actually it was, but lately has not been acting great. Actually, it's going sideways right now. It's been really opposite of BTC. I gotta say that, and it's a really strong support at the moment. But let's say BTC, if I compare, how do I do here? Percentage. wait, because I forgot how you do this. I'm trying to compare, you know, BTC with BNB. Log doesn't work. Auto doesn't work. Percentage. No, I don't remember how this is done, but I can compare the two trends, and you can totally see their opposite. Like I just want to go now and move it, but if I remove auto, the things disappear. So anyways, you can see a little bit here when BTC drops, BNB goes up, and then here when BTC goes up, BTC drops, and here Bitcoin is going down, and BTC is going up, and then here on this drop that happened lately, BTC didn't really do too much, and now of course it's going sideways. So here in the last part of the trend, I don't see an inverse correlation, right? So I wanna be careful about on this one, because you know, here for example, you guys can see when BTC was dropping, BNB was dropping. Then at this level, the inverse correlation starts to come into the market. So this inverse correlation is not gonna be like this forever. So I want you guys to consider that. How the hell do you do this? Anyways, I gotta figure it out on my own now, because you know I don't want to waste you guys' time. Thanks. Aunt will drop more. I see. Yeah, I mean it all depends. It depends what BTC is gonna do, and you check on Aunt from that. Again, you can buy the little bounce on short term, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. So Aunt is very volatile. You can make a good profit on it. Let's see what he's doing. I had a nice pump, and see, this is BTC trend here, and he follows altcoins, right? Here, dropping up, dropping again, and here when all the coins were dropping, BTC was going up. This was the inverse correlation, right? So those are things we need to evaluate. Every time we decide to enter the market, we need to evaluate, wait, what are altcoins doing right now? Are they following BTC, or they're not following BTC? Because there's some certain period of time where they're opposite, and sometimes they don't. So we need to be careful on that part too. I see strong, then BTC weak. Oh, yeah. So it's pretty crazy, the market right now, and we'll see what you know, what next days will bring, and we'll make our decision from there. I think we need to see more other candles in order to predict a better direction, and then we'll decide to maybe go heavy in other coins, altcoins, if the market needs to bounce here or not. Okay. All right, thank you for watching. For everybody that stayed 1 hour and 30 minutes listening to me, I appreciate all you guys, and if you guys want to put a like on the video, it would be appreciated. If you guys don't follow me yet, that would be appreciated too. And thank you for watching. You guys can follow us on Twitter too, Crypto Vince, on Telegram, and if you want to check the website for other links, it's not done yet, but you guys can go on cryptobeans.com. This is Vince, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.